The stars outside the twilight blurred into streaks of light as Anakin Skywalker sat in silence. His hands trembled, not from exhaustion, not from battle fatigue, but from knowing. On Mortis, the sun had shown him everything. The mechanical breathing, the black armor, the yellow eyes burning with hatred. He had seen himself, transformed into something monstrous, something called Darth Vader. And worse, he had seen what he would do. Padme, lying lifeless on a medical table. Obi Wan, screaming his name in anguish. Younglings, their small faces frozen in terror as his lightsaber ignited. Anakin? Obi Wan's voice cut through the storm in his mind. Are you all right? You've been quiet since we left. Anakin forced a smile. I'm fine, Master. But he wasn't fine. The father was supposed to erase his memory, wipe away the horror like it never happened. But something had changed. Maybe the father's power had weakened in his final moments. Maybe the Force itself wanted Anakin to remember. Either way, he did. Ahsoka glanced back from the pilot's seat, concern flickering across her face. Sky Guy, you look like you've seen a ghost. I've seen worse, Anakin thought darkly. I've seen myself. He closed his eyes, but the images wouldn't stop. The Chancellor's face, Palpatine, twisting into something sinister, yellow and cruel. Good, Anakin, good. The voice echoed in his skull like poison. His chest tightened. Palpatine, the Sith Lord, the manipulator who would turn him into a monster. And the vision had been so real, so vivid, that Anakin knew it wasn't just a possibility. It was a path, a destiny waiting to devour him. But destiny could be changed, couldn't it? The ship dropped out of hyperspace and Coruscant filled the viewport, glittering, vast, unaware. Somewhere down there, Palpatine waited. Somewhere down there, his pregnant wife slept, unaware that her life hung by a thread. Anakin clenched his fists. He wouldn't let it happen. He couldn't. But how do you fight fate itself? How do you escape a future you've already seen? As the twilight descended toward the temple, one thought burned brighter than all the rest. I have to tell someone. I have to warn them. But who would believe him? Anakin couldn't sleep. He stood by the transparisteel window of his quarters, staring out at Coruscant's endless cityscape. The towers stretched into the night like monuments to arrogance, billions of lives, oblivious to the darkness creeping through the Senate, through the Jedi, through him. Behind him, Padme slept peacefully, her hand resting gently on the curve of her belly. She was so beautiful, so trusting, and in the vision he had killed her. Not with his hands, but with his choices. You're choking me, Anakin. Her voice from the vision clawed at his mind. He had watched himself, Vader, lift her with the Force, rage twisting his face into something unrecognizable. And Obi Wan, his brother, his mentor, screaming at him, lightsaber drawn. I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. Anakin pressed his forehead against the cold glass. No, he had failed them. He would fail them. Unless he changed it. But how? The vision felt inevitable, like gravity pulling him toward a black hole. Every instinct told him to run to Palpatine, to seek his guidance. The Chancellor had always understood him when the Jedi Council didn't. But now Anakin knew. Palpatine wasn't his friend. He was the architect of his destruction. The Sith Lord, Darth Sidious. Anakin's jaw tightened. He wanted to march into Palpatine's office and confront him right now. Ignite his lightsaber and end the threat before it could begin. But what if he was wrong? What if the vision was just a trick? A test from the dark side? No, it was too real, too detailed. The way Palpatine had smiled when Anakin knelt before him. Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader. The name alone made his skin crawl. A soft sound pulled him from his thoughts. Padme stirred, her eyes fluttering open. Ani, why are you up? He turned, forcing another smile. Just thinking. She sat up slowly, her expression tender. About the mission? Something like that. Padme reached for his hand, pulling him gently back to the bed. Whatever it is, we'll face it together. You know that, right? Anakin wanted to believe her. But the vision had shown him the truth. His love for her was both his greatest strength and his ultimate weakness. Palpatine had used that love, twisted it into fear, and fear into rage. I love you, Anakin whispered, his voice breaking slightly. I love you too, Padme replied, holding him close. But as she drifted back to sleep, Anakin lay awake, staring at the ceiling. He couldn't tell her. Not yet. But he had to tell someone. Tomorrow, he would go to Obi Wan and pray his old master would believe him. The training room was empty, just the way Anakin needed it. Obi Wan stood across from him, lightsaber deactivated, arms crossed. He had sensed something was wrong the moment Anakin requested this private meeting. The younger Jedi looked haunted. Shadows circled his eyes, and his usual confidence had been replaced by something darker. Something desperate. Anakin, Obi-Wan said carefully, you asked to speak with me. What's troubling you? Anakin hesitated. The words felt impossible, too insane, too dangerous. But he had no choice. On Mortis, Anakin began, his voice low. The sun showed me something. A vision. Obi-Wan's expression remained neutral, though concern flickered in his eyes. The dark side often uses visions to manipulate Anakin. You know this. This wasn't manipulation. Anakin's voice hardened. It was the future. My future. Obi-Wan stepped closer. What did you see? Anakin swallowed hard. I saw myself fall to the dark side. I saw myself become a Sith Lord. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. Obi-Wan's face paled. Anakin. I killed you, Obi-Wan. Anakin's voice cracked. Or, I tried to. I killed Jedi. Younglings. I helped destroy the Order. I became something called Darth Vader. Silence. Obi-Wan didn't move. Didn't speak. His blue eyes searched Anakin's face, looking for lies, for madness. But all he saw was raw, unfiltered terror. And Padme, Anakin whispered. She died because of me. Obi-Wan's breath caught. He knew about Padme. He had always known, even if he never said it aloud. But now, the father was supposed to erase my memory, Anakin continued, desperation bleeding into every word. But he didn't. Or he couldn't. And now I remember everything. Every choice. Every betrayal. And I know it's going to happen unless I stop it. Obi-Wan finally spoke, his voice steady despite the storm brewing inside him. Who turned you, Anakin? In this vision, who was the Sith Lord? Anakin met his eyes. Palpatine. The name dropped like a stone into deep water. Obi-Wan staggered back half a step. The Chancellor? He's not just the Chancellor, Anakin said urgently. He's Darth Sidious. He's been manipulating the war, the Senate, the Jedi Council, everything. And in the vision, he promised to save Padme. I was having nightmares about her dying in childbirth, and he used that fear to turn me. Obi-Wan's mind raced. It made a terrible kind of sense. The Chancellor's emergency powers, his closeness to Anakin, the way the war had conveniently extended his term indefinitely. But accusing the Supreme Chancellor of being a Sith Lord? Without proof? Anakin, Obi-Wan said slowly. If what you're saying is true, it is true. Anakin snapped. I saw it. I lived it. Obi-Wan placed a hand on Anakin's shoulder, grounding him. Then we must tread carefully. If Palpatine truly is Sidious, he's more dangerous than any enemy we've ever faced. We cannot act rashly. Anakin's fists clenched. So what do? Obi-Wan's expression hardened. We watch him, and when the moment is right, we strike. Chancellor Palpatine stood alone in his office, hands clasped behind his back, staring out at the Coruscant skyline. The city glittered beneath him, a galaxy at war, a republic on the brink, and a Jedi Order blind to its own destruction. Everything was proceeding as planned. Except, Palpatine's yellow eyes narrowed. He felt it, a disturbance in the Force. Faint, but undeniable. Anakin Skywalker's presence had shifted. The boy's fear, once so predictable, so useful, now burned with a different flavor. Doubt, suspicion, and something else. Knowledge. Palpatine turned from the window, his mind working through possibilities. Anakin had returned from Mortis changed. Quieter, more guarded, and today he had sensed the boy reaching out through the Force, not toward him, but toward Kenobi. What did you see on Mortis, young Skywalker? Palpatine murmured to the empty room. The father, the son, the daughter, powerful beings steeped in the Force, capable of showing visions of futures yet to come. If the son had revealed too much, if Anakin had glimpsed the path Palpatine had laid for him, then the boy might resist, and resistance could not be tolerated. Palpatine moved to his desk, activating a secure holochannel. A flickering image appeared, Commander Cody in full armor. My lord, the clone said, saluting. Prepare the contingency, Palpatine ordered, his voice smooth as silk. I want all Jedi commanders' locations confirmed, and have the inhibitor chips tested. We may need to execute Order 66, sooner than anticipated. Understood, sir. The transmission ended. Palpatine leaned back in his chair, fingers steepled. He had spent years grooming Anakin, planting seeds of doubt in the Jedi Council, feeding his attachment to Padme, stoking his fear of loss. The boy was so close to falling. One more push, one more nightmare, one more tragedy. But if Anakin knew, if he had seen the future and understood Palpatine's role in it, then the boy would have to be dealt with differently. Palpatine reached out through the Force, touching the edges of Anakin's mind. The connection was faint. Skywalker was shielding himself now, guarding his thoughts. Interesting. The boy was learning, but he was still conflicted, still afraid. Good. Fear was the key. Palpatine stood, adjusting his robes. He would summon Anakin soon, draw him in with concern, with fatherly warmth. The boy still trusted him, even if that trust was fraying. And once Anakin was close enough, Palpatine would remind him of what truly mattered. Padme will die, Anakin, Palpatine whispered to himself, a dark smile curling his lips. And only I can save her. It didn't matter what the boy had seen on Mortis. Visions of the future meant nothing if Palpatine controlled the present. And he always did. He activated his comlink. Contact Skywalker. Tell him I wish to see him. Immediately, Anakin stood before Palpatine's desk, every muscle in his body tense. The Chancellor smiled warmly, gesturing to a chair. Anakin, my boy, please sit. You look troubled. Anakin didn't sit. He couldn't. Not when he knew what this man truly was. Palpatine's smile faltered slightly. Is something wrong? You tell me, Chancellor, Anakin said, his voice steady despite the storm inside him. Is there something you want to share with me? Palpatine tilted his head, feigning confusion. I'm afraid I don't understand. Then let me be clear. Anakin took a step forward. I know what you are. The air in the room changed. Colder. Heavier. Palpatine's smile vanished. His eyes, once kind, grandfatherly, now gleamed with something ancient and predatory. Do you now? You're a Sith Lord, Anakin said, his hand drifting toward his lightsaber. Darth Sidious, you've been manipulating me. The Council. The entire war. For a moment, silence stretched between them. Then Palpatine laughed, a low chilling sound. Oh, Anakin, you're even more perceptive than I thought. Tell me, how did you discover my secret? It doesn't matter, Anakin shot back. What matters is that I won't let you destroy the Jedi. I won't let you destroy me. Palpatine rose slowly from his chair, his robes flowing around him like shadows. Destroy you? My dear boy, I only ever wanted to save you. The Jedi, they fear your power. They hold you back. But I see your true potential. You see a weapon, Anakin spat. Someone you can control. No. Palpatine's voice dropped, dangerous and persuasive. I see the chosen one, the one who will bring balance to the Force. But the Jedi, they will never let you reach that destiny. They will always fear what you might become. Anakin's jaw tightened. And what about Padme? In your destiny, she dies. Palpatine's expression shifted, surprise then calculation. Ah, so you've seen it. The vision. Mortis showed you more than I anticipated. Yeah, it did, Anakin said, his voice hard. It showed me you, standing over me while I knelt in chains, twisting me into Darth Vader. Palpatine's eyes gleamed. And yet, you came here alone. You haven't told the Council. Why? Anakin hesitated. Because he had considered it. But Obi Wan had urged caution. Evidence. Proof. Palpatine sensed the doubt and smiled. Because you know they won't believe you. The great Anakin Skywalker, accusing the Supreme Chancellor of treason? They'll think you've fallen to the dark side. They'll strip your rank, exile you. Then I'll make them believe, Anakin said, igniting his lightsaber. The blue blade hummed between them. Palpatine didn't flinch. Instead, he sighed almost sadly. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this, Anakin. I truly did. But if you insist on standing with the Jedi, then you've chosen your side. The Chancellor's hands moved in a blur. Lightning erupted from his fingertips, blue, crackling, agonizing. Anakin barely raised his lightsaber in time, deflecting the torrent of energy. The force of it drove him back, his boots skidding across the polished floor. You cannot defeat me, boy, Palpatine roared, his face twisting into a mask of rage and hatred. "I am the Senate. I am the Sith." Anakin gritted his teeth, holding the line. Not this time. This time, he would fight. The office exploded with light and sound. Anakin's lightsaber whirled in a desperate defense, deflecting Palpatine's lightning in bursts of crackling energy. The Sith Lord advanced, relentless, his face contorted with rage. "Foolish boy," Palpatine snarled. "You could have ruled the galaxy. Now you will die with the Jedi." Anakin's arms burned with the effort of holding the lightning at bay. He was strong, stronger than most, but Palpatine's power was immense, honed over decades in the dark side. "I'd rather die free than live as your slave," Anakin shouted back. Then crash, the door exploded inward. Obi-Wan burst into the room, lightsaber ignited, followed by Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and Aegon Kohler. The Jedi Council had come. "Anakin!" Obi-Wan called, moving to his side. Palpatine's lightning ceased as his eyes swept across the Jedi Masters. For a brief moment, uncertainty flickered across his face. But then he smiled, cold, cruel, victorious. "So," Palpatine hissed, "the Jedi finally show their true colors. You've come to assassinate the Supreme Chancellor. The Senate will hunt you to extinction." "You are no Chancellor," Mace Windu said, his voice like iron. "You are Darth Sidious, and your rule ends now." Palpatine's smile widened. "Then come, let me show you the true power of the dark side." He moved. Faster than thought, Palpatine launched himself at Mace Windu, twin crimson blades igniting in his hands. The duel was a storm, blinding speed, impossible precision. Aegon Kohler fell first, then Kit Fisto, their bodies crumpling under the Sith Lord's onslaught. But Mace Windu held firm. His Vapad form adapted, mirrored, thrived on Palpatine's darkness. Anakin and Obi-Wan joined the fray, their blades weaving a net of blue light around the Sith Lord. "You cannot win," Palpatine roared, his power surging. He blasted Obi-Wan back with a wave of Force energy, sending the Jedi Master crashing into the wall. "Obi-Wan!" Anakin screamed, turning. "Focus, Skywalker!" Mace barked, pressing the attack. Anakin turned back, rage and fear boiling inside him. This was the man who would have made him a monster. The man who had manipulated him, lied to him, used him. No more. Anakin reached deep into the Force, letting it flow through him. Not the dark side, not the light, but something raw, something balanced. He raised his hand, and Palpatine's next attack, a torrent of lightning aimed at Mace, was caught. Held. Redirected. Palpatine's eyes widened in shock as his own lightning turned against him, slamming him backward through the viewport. Glass shattered. Wind howled into the office. Mace Windu advanced, his lightsaber raised. "It's over, Sidious." Palpatine, kneeling amid the wreckage, looked up. His face was burned, twisted with hate. "The dark side is stronger than you know." "Then prove it," Mace said coldly. But Palpatine's strength was fading. The combined might of the Chosen One and the Council had overwhelmed him. Mace Windu's blade descended, and Darth Sidious was no more. Anakin stood, breathing hard, staring at the fallen Sith Lord. It was over, but something inside him still screamed. Was it enough? The Jedi Temple felt different now. Quieter, calmer, as if the galaxy itself had exhaled in relief. Order 66 was averted. The Sith Lord unmasked and destroyed. The war would soon end, and the Republic would begin to heal. But Anakin Skywalker felt no peace. He stood in the room of 1,000 fountains, watching the water flow in endless cycles. Padme was safe. The Council had commended him. Obi-Wan had embraced him, pride shining in his eyes. And yet, "You did it, Ani," Padme had whispered to him that morning, her hand resting on his cheek. "You saved us all." But had he? Anakin closed his eyes, and there it was, the vision. Father, the mechanical breathing, the yellow eyes, the bodies of younglings. It played on an endless loop, a ghost that refused to be banished. "Anakin." He turned. Master Yoda stood behind him, leaning on his Jimmer stick, his ancient eyes filled with understanding. "Troubled you still are," Yoda observed. Anakin looked away. "I saw what I could become, Master Yoda. I saw the monster inside me. And sometimes I wonder, is it still there? Waiting?" Yoda approached slowly, his voice soft. "Within all of us, darkness exists. Fear, anger, hate. But define us they do not. Our choices define us. But what if I make the wrong choice? Anakin asked, his voice breaking. What if one day I lose control? Then trust those around you, you must, Yoda said gently. Alone no Jedi is. Support you we will. Guide you we will. But walk the path only you can. Anakin nodded slowly. The old Jedi was right. He couldn't fight this battle alone. He had tried before, in the vision, and it had destroyed him. But this time, he had Obi-Wan, Padme, Ahsoka, the Council. He wasn't alone. Thank you, Master, Anakin said quietly. Yoda smiled faintly. Thank you, young Skywalker. Save the order you have. But greater challenge ahead lies. Balance within yourself you must find. As Yoda departed, Anakin returned his gaze to the fountains. Balance. That's what the prophecy had always been about. Not destroying the Sith. Not saving the Jedi. But finding balance between light and dark, love and duty, fear and courage. And maybe, just maybe, he could do it. He thought of the name again. Father. The shadow of what he could have been. You won't win, Anakin whispered to the ghost. Not this time. 5 years later, Anakin Skywalker stood on the balcony of his Coruscant apartment, watching twin suns set over the distant horizon. Not Tatooine's suns, those were a memory, a life left behind. But they reminded him all the same. Behind him, the sound of laughter echoed through the apartment. His children, Luke and Leia, 5 years old now, chased each other around the living room while Padme watched with a smile. Anakin smiled too. This was the life he had fought for, the life the vision had tried to steal from him. Daddy, Leia called, running onto the balcony. Come play with us. Anakin scooped her up, her giggles filling the air. All right, but only if you promise to let your brother win sometimes. Never, Leia declared, grinning. Luke appeared a moment later, breathless and laughing. That's not fair, Leia. You're faster. Anakin set Leia down and ruffled Luke's hair. Life isn't always fair, son. But that's why we keep trying. Padme joined them on the balcony, wrapping her arms around Anakin's waist. You're good at this, you know. Being a father. Anakin's smile softened. I had a lot of reasons to get it right. She kissed his cheek. And you did. As the children ran back inside, Anakin stared out at the city again. The war had ended 2 years ago. The Separatists had crumbled without Palpatine's influence. The Jedi Order had reformed, wiser and humbler. And Anakin had been granted the rank of Master. He had everything. And yet, sometimes late at night, he still dreamed of the black armor, the mechanical breathing, the yellow eyes. He would wake in a cold sweat, Padme holding him, whispering reassurances. It was just a dream, honey. Just a dream. But it wasn't. It had been a warning. And every day, Anakin carried that warning with him. A reminder of what he could have become, of the darkness that still lived inside him, waiting for a moment of weakness. But I won't let it win, he whispered to the wind. Obi-Wan had told him once, after Palpatine's defeat, that the Force had given him a gift on Mortis, a chance to see the future and change it. Not many beings were given such an opportunity. Anakin had taken that gift and forged a new destiny. He was the chosen one, not because he destroyed the Sith, not because he saved the galaxy, but because he chose love over fear, light over darkness, life over death. The scars remained. The memories would never fade. But Anakin Skywalker, father, husband, Jedi Master, had brought balance to the Force. And in the end, that was enough.